What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Kane and Ross present the Yeah, I Said It podcast. We're expecting our full capabilities. Today, one is in correctional facilities. First one of the new year in 2023. Brainchild of my child. I am the dad half of this operation coming to you live and in public, if you will. Dusty Rose voice. And of course, I am still rocking with the best. I'm Ross, by the way. Please introduce yourself to the folk.
Yeah, well, rest in peace, Pele, and Messi is the GOAT. Uh, yeah. Thank you. I got having a good new year. If you're watching on other platforms, please share with your friends, family, pets, aliens outside, merman, I don't care. And if you're watching on YouTube, please share, like, share, comment, subscribe, and join it, because if you don't, you're gonna have bad juju for the rest of the year.
Wow, we starting off like that. Did you say Messi is the GOAT, sir?
Of course, Messi is the GOAT.
Over Pele, sir?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that would go. So you don't watch football, but Pele is one of the
You,
goats.
you
He's
mean
the
you mean
original
soccer?
goat. He's the original. It's football, but
Soccer.
it's football.
Listen, buddy, you're in America, and America is soccer.
America, it's called football. They barely use their foot. That don't make no damn sense. So it
They got a
actually
whole
makes sense.
position.
It actually makes sense that soccer is called football because they're only using their feet.
Mm,
Think about that, huh? Right,
I'm just
exactly.
saying, here in America, in Dallas, America's team, it's called football.
America's team, they even American colors. It should be the Patriots. That would make sense. That
Oh
makes
god,
sense. Patriot,
I'm sorry.
the Americans'
Right.
colors, red, white, and blue. Like, I don't understand. And they're winning, or they used to. Like,
Well,
yeah,
in Texas, it's oh god, it is hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry,
I let her
but
face. You got that too. Let's not wipe that away.
yeah, man, it's 2023. It's been one heck of a year. Do want to take a second to send condolences and well wishes to the good folks back in my home city, Buffalo, who survived a ugly storm. Um, but we pulled through and city of good neighbors, air quotes. In this case, there was a lot of good neighboring, thankfully. It was some interesting stuff going on too, man. Some looting, some this and that, but overall, our folk pulled through like over 80 inches of snow plus 60-mile-an-hour winds. There are people who literally opened their door and it was snow to the top of their door. I'd love to say I'm exaggerating, but you can check Twitter and see it. So shout out to them. Shout out to those who made it through. Condolences to those who did not. It was some tragic stuff. It is one of those questions where you got to ask, is social media good or bad? Because there's actually a video on social media going around of someone who was found face down dead in the snow. And some folks felt the need to post that. And it's like, oh my God, why would you post? Why would you post it? But it's also, hey, if this person's family sees it, maybe they can help identify. So just, right. Like, what do you do? Honestly, and maybe because I grew up in a world without social media, I don't think I'm going to post that.
Yeah, I don't
Not,
think
not
I'm
the
posting.
actual, not the actual body.
Yeah,
I'd probably post a description like, hey, sadly, I found this guy in this neighborhood. Here's what he looks like. But I'm not going to actually post a dead body on social
yeah,
media.
yeah.
I'm just not.
You give that to the firefighters and the
Right.
peace. I don't need to
But like
post.
I said, I get it. If somebody I knew was face down in the snow, I kind of want to know that too. So
It's not my job.
that's not very neighborly, you sir. That's just not being very neighborly in the
Yeah,
city of good
but
neighbors.
okay, but at the same time, the other side of the coin is, what if they don't want to see their family member face down on the snow on the internet?
If somebody I love was missing for 48 hours, and that's I'm trying to think. If somebody I knew was missing for 48 hours, right?
So
And
you
I knew
read,
that
so you would rather find out on social media when everyone, and probably there's probably some people making jokes, that your loved one is face down in the snow, and how you find out is on social media.
well, it wasn't done jokingly. It wasn't like, yeah, we saw this cat face down in the snow. That wasn't what it was. It legit was, yo, we found this person. We don't know if you know this person, but yeah. It wasn't done on some joke shit. It wasn't done on some malicious shit. It was literally on like, yo, this is tragic. If anyone knows who this is,
Hmm.
tough one, tough one. But I'd rather what matters more, knowing or how you know. You know what I mean? What? Because how you know? Because if they don't tell you, if they don't make this post, you still sit at home wondering if your loved one is alive or dead, possibly for
At
more
that
days.
point, I kind of assume that they're dead, but that's just me.
You don't know. Like all communication and power was out, so you don't know. So that's
How
the
you going
thing.
to
But
how you going to see social media posts if all communication and powers?
when the power comes back on, you know. Or here's the thing: if power's
That
out
kind
and
of
your
kills the purpose. You still won't
okay,
know
hold on,
until the
hold on,
power
hold on,
comes
hold on,
back.
hold on, hold on. Even if your power is out, if your power is out, your phone's not dead.
It's going to die eventually. You can't charge it. What are you going to charge it on?
Well, if you can start it, you can charge it in your car.
How are you going to get to your car? You can't get out your house.
Yeah, I see that
This
dilemma.
what see. That's what. See, now we're going to start for articulating everything. Just if you stuck in your house with no power, eventually your phone is going to die. So what are you going to see? Nothing. How would you
So
know?
what? So what? You don't have a backup charger. You don't have a portable charger right now.
That's going to die too. What are you talking about?
Okay,
And no, I don't have a
all
backup
right, man.
portable charger. No. So yes,
Because it's just certain stuff. If you live in certain areas, like if you in Houston, you're supposed to take emergency precautions in the summertime because a hurricane might come through. You in Buffalo, certain places you need to take certain precautions because you know you get buried in snow at any point in time. You see what I'm saying?
no, that's Buffalo. Well, maybe hopefully they did, but like I said, here, I mean, the worst thing that can happen here is a tropical storm.
Okay.
So
But yeah, that's a rough one. That's another time for another great debaters. But let's get into it. So conclusion 2022. Um, Tory Lanez's trial came to a conclusion,
uh,
and he was found guilty.
uh,
Ooh boy, it was some that was an interesting. That was a lot more. Didn't honestly, it was just a lot more than that than it was necessary. I believe, and like I said, we talked about this offline. I don't always need to be at the epicenter. I can look at the damage from the bomb, kind of looking around the scene, blast radius, and tell what happened. And oh boy, this blast radius was something else. It had a lot of ashes, a lot of just lack of objectivity on both sides of the fence. But I will let you jeter this thing and lead it off. Your thoughts, sir?
um, like I said, didn't care until then. So we got to the end. So there we go. Like I said, there's a lot of things I ain't messing with, I ain't rock with, Tried the character assassination of Megan, even though we seem to all forget that one, this is not Megan versus Tory. This is the state of California versus Tory. So she really kind of had nothing to do with it. She was literally just the victim. Two, Tory being a dumbass, got himself in all this situation. Like I said, there's a whole lot of stupid and codes that were broken, and it can tell that he's one of those people that either wasn't from a certain place that you should know these codes, or you were and you got some money in your pocket, you just forgot all that and just thought you were untouchable. Either way, a lot of dumbass things happen that he's going to pay for. That's it. You got two people that you messing with at the same place with alcohol, not a good sign, and a gun, not a good sign. Then you get caught up, go to prison or whatever, jail, whatever, and talk on the phone to one of the broads and basically snitch on yourself. Not a good sign. Like I said, like you don't like I don't know why people it's hard. Like you could just listen to rap and know not to talk on the phone about certain stuff. Especially when you're in prison. They tell you it's being recorded. But is that and
I don't mean to laugh. Oh,
it's literally
the
telling you.
level.
They literally tell you it's being recorded. They're like, I don't know how you missed that part. Maybe he had some in prison, But yeah, I'm glad it's over. There was extremes on both sides, and the media too, basically trying to rile up people to fit certain narratives or clicks and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of apologies going on, you know. Once that recording came out, a lot of people did 360s. Should have stayed where you was at. Some are. So I kind of respect it. You know, you're still stupid, but I respect your stupidity. Because at least you're going to die on that hill.
It's hell of a
I
hill to die
respect it.
on, but yes.
Yes, it's stupid to die on, but I respect it. You stayed, hey, 10
You
toes
you
down.
you gonna stand on your BS.
Hey, you going to stand on it. Hey, I respect it, bro. Still, you know, extra chromosome, but yeah, I'm glad it's over. Like I said, I really didn't care. So I don't take sides about court cases and these celebrities and all that weird stuff that they be doing, like everyone else do. But we're all bored and angry, because of the pandemic and stuff. So we gotta just obsess over other people who are just like us and get shocked when they do stupid shit just like us. Amazing how the Matrix works, man. I love it here. So your turn, sir.
um, this is interesting. As I said, you just had to sit back and look at the blast radius, and you got it's just a lot of projection. I think there's a lot of butthurt dudes out here that got curved by a Megan type or thereof, and just want to project that BS. A lot of sisters that were took this opportunity to throw shots. And the reality of it though is you start looking at numbers. There is some justification there. You start looking at like the respectability politics and purity politics involved. Who Megan slept with, had relations with, has zero to do with anything for
Nothing.
real.
Who cares?
And you start looking at how unprotected statistically Black women are. I get the ire. You look at rap as a culture, it has been disgusting towards Black women by and large since its inception. So I get the anger, at least on that side. I don't get the anger on the other side. Like I said, just a whole bunch of entitled ass dudes. Like, and that's not even me riding with women, riding with Black women. This is just looking at some of the comment section. And it's like, she a liar, she snitched. No, she legit didn't snitch. Actually, he told on himself.
She lied. Oh yeah, no, it's true. She did lie. She lied to protect his stupid ass.
Right.
So
So
what are we talking about?
right. So there's that part. And then just something I thought about, like, okay, let's just take the zoom lens off, look at this big picture. How does this go differently? Because at the end of the day, what you still have is a brother facing some time after 22 years, and you have a sister that was hurt. How do we take the zoom lens off? How do we redo this? And it goes back to there is a code. You touched on it. I just want to reiterate and expose it for certain people who don't know it exists. Contrary to what most believe, the average Black man has one objective: make it home. Most of us have a sibling, a kid, a parent, a homie, a friend, somebody that wants to see us make it home every day. So I'm gonna take you through some of the mental gymnastics of being a Black man in this country. And we joke about who all over there. This is one of those cases where you need to know. Because if I say, "Oh, it's a party over here," blah blah blah, yo, who coming through? And you tell me it's two women I've had relations with the same time, I'm probably not gonna go because that situation can turn left, right? If I smoke weed, I need to know what state I'm in. I need to know who's over there because if weed ain't legal, that could be a problem. Alcohol, I need to know who's over there because even if I don't drink, it might be cats over there who can't hold their liquor. And you all know that one person who can't hold their liquor who might have you in a beef. You gotta recognize that. If I got the blicky on me, that's a big one. What state am I in? Texas, they don't care. You can walk outside with an arsenal, with like a Rambo Arnold Schwarzenegger T2 Gatling gun. They really don't care. You in Cali, fam. That's just about as bad as New York when it comes to gun laws. You didn't know this.
Worse than New York, yeah.
You need to know this. So it's like anything that's going to cause law enforcement to pay closer attention to me is problematic. Anybody that's going to cause law enforcement to pay closer attention to the situation is problematic. So let's run it back. You over there, I don't know if you got armed security or not. I don't know if that's hired security or not, but if you reach a certain level of stardom, why are you at a Hollywood party with a gun? You in a party in LA, dog. Why do you need a gun on you at all? See, not knowing who all over there to a certain degree is why Takeoff sadly is no longer with us. Because you around put folks and shit can jump off. You need to know who all over there. And I'm like, why are you around Kardashians? You around somebody that's around Kardashians. How pop quiz? How often has that ended well for brothers? Close to never. Ask Kanye. Ask Mark Odom. How's that going? How's that working for him? So the code of paying attention to what's going to get, and then the other thing, look, you a rapper and all that, but you ain't even the most famous rapper from your country. Like you can make the argument. Here's where I'm going with this. You don't have the income. You don't have the level of wealth to insulate you from certain things. Drake does. Your pops went all off the rails and yelled at them about Jay-Z and Rock Nation. They bought the jury. Blah, 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 blah. Sad reality of life. Jay does have the wealth to insulate himself from this. I promise you, if Jay was in that situation, we wouldn't know it.
He wouldn't be, but I get
you. And see, even that's a different argument because to me, it's like, if that's the case, I wouldn't be in that situation. And this is the thing that comes with being 40 plus, 50 plus versus barely 30. You know not to even be and you know not to even be in certain shit.
Yeah.
You know. It's just so many pieces where it's like, because you've ever done something. If you've ever sat in a cell, and I've done so over an assault charge just for a day. The first thing you do when all that dust settled and that door closed is think, how the did I get here? And you start running it all back. Like, damn, I should have said, damn, I should have been. But the problem is, you're there now. You can't undo it. As you get older, that's where those codes come in. That's where when you leave the house, you already start thinking, well, I'm around, we'll be around, what danger I'm in, what's gonna pop off. You know why? Because you do it when you walk out the door, so you're not doing it behind a cell. Because once that door closed, once you get fingerprinted and handcuffed, oh boy, too late. Now you gotta start thinking a whole different type of mindset. Now you gotta start thinking, how am I gonna get out of this? Do I have the money, the lawyer, who gonna talk? See, those are the calculations you don't want to have to make. So you make those calculations at the door, so you don't find yourself in that situation. And sadly, Tory, you didn't make those calculations walking out the door, or you did just say, I'm good. You weren't good though, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not gonna put it on your pops. Maybe it's a Trump thing where you had advisors and you paid them no attention. But I'm like, this is an OG moment. This is, you call your OG, you call your big homie. Yo, what you about to do? I'm about to slide over this party, blah, blah, blah. Who over there? Oh, man gonna be there. So, yo, you going over there and there's two chicks that you, fam, you might want to sit this one. You see what I'm saying? Somebody either put you on, you ignored it, or you ain't got real good advisors in your corner. I don't know which one it is, but now we're here. Now, my prediction, he's facing 22. I don't know what, if anything, is on his record. I don't think. My guess, 2 to 5. 2 to 5. I don't think they're gonna try to fry him. I really don't. Like 2 to 5. What you thinking?
Same thing.
You had 2 to 5. I don't.
Take your ass back up north. So yeah.
I'm gonna say now. I do think he's playing with getting deported for sure. But as far as the time,
that's definitely going. It's just how long he gonna be here for.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think they're gonna try to quote unquote make an example out of him. Like 2 to 5. Like I don't even know if he has a criminal record, but 2 to 5. That's my thought process. And again, I'm not saying like I ain't built to do 2 weeks in the state prison. However, if you get a 2 to 5 and your max charge was 22, that's a win. If you get 2 to 5 and you facing 22, you won. Like it'd have been best not be guilty at all, but here we are. And if you get 2 to 5 out of 22, that's a win there. Speaking of guns, interesting little thing that I didn't realize happened. but like I would have thought it already happened, but apparently it's new. There's bigger implications. You sent this to me. New law in Alabama. You can carry conceal without a background check or permit. Basically, you can wake up and decide to carry the blicky just because you feel like it.
Yeah.
Now, see, my concern is not where everybody else's concern is. Because they did this in Texas, and they, oh my God, it's gonna be the Wild Wild West. It's not. It's not. My concern is this, and they said there's 26 states that allow legal gun owners to carry without a special permit. Now, see, if you know anything about the law, it's in the language. 26 states allow legal gun owners to carry without a special permit. How can you be a legal gun owner without and again, this is me not knowing anything about guns. I grew up in a glorious Empire State. You know what New York gun laws are. They're like ridiculous. My concern is this. So I can carry without a permit. I can just wake up, put an extended clip, tuck it in my waistband, just walk out the door. What if I gotta blast somebody? How is that gonna work? Like,
I can't use it against you because you don't need a permit. So technically, no such thing as a legal gun. You just used a gun.
26 states allow legal gun owners. So
I'm talking about just for Alabama. Look, that's the state where it doesn't matter. You don't need a permit or nothing. You just wake up and buy a gun. It doesn't matter as long as you don't have a criminal record, a felony charge. There you
go. Okay, so let me see. The new state law took effect. It is from the Daily Mail, by the way. New state law took effect New Year's Day, ending the requirement for lawful gun owners to get a permit to carry a concealed handgun in public. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I'm trying to understand the nuance. So basically, you still have to go through whatever you need to go through to get a gun. You do not also need to get a CCL, carry concealed license, on top of it. So there's okay.
But
I got a gun.
Not in Alabama. You don't need none of that. You can just buy one.
I mean, here's the part I always found weird. I don't want to conceal it no way. If I got it on me, you should know that. We got that's the part I never get. I want to conceal. No. I want to avoid the bullshit. So I want you to see I got the extended clip on me, fam. So watch your step. Watch your step. I'm not gonna conceal it.
You want to know the irony of all this? You want to know the irony? I don't know if you heard, but this is the irony. There was just a mass shooting in Alabama on New Year's Day.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yo, I did not know that. That's
yesterday, it was 9 people got shot. Yes.
No, I didn't know that.
I did.
We're recording this January 2nd for those out there watching and listening. Yeah. January 2nd. I did not realize that.
It was New Year's night or whatever, the celebration. So that Sunday night, oh no, New Year's Day was Sunday. So that Saturday night going into Sunday.
Right. It was basically.
So yeah. Considering I know someone that lives in Alabama, yeah, you're talking about. And how about that law? How basically everyone got the blicky and you can't honk a horn at somebody because they're gonna flash a gun at you. But yeah, that's the irony. So everyone got the blicky, but then stop from 9 people getting shot.
Oh my God! I mean, New Year's is kind of a. But
that's so American of us. We started New Year the most American way possible, baby.
Shooting something.
We got one on the board already. Let's see if we can break a record. No, I'm joking. Let's not break a record. But yeah, that's the irony. Everyone, I guess robbing a gun store does work now. Like before, it was kind of like it was kind of like a dumb theory. Like, why would you kind of rob? They have guns, and now I'm thinking like, maybe you have a bigger gun. It's just like I don't know. That whole lot. This is why I think the Matrix got to be glitching because that's what I grew up thinking. Like, yo, don't rob a gun store with a gun. Like that, there's some stories you just leave alone. Don't rob.
Right, right.
That's suicide. You can't
Like
win, but I guess you can now.
unless you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, yeah, don't do it.
Or Rambo or something, or you Luke Cage and everything bounce off you. But if you ain't Luke Cage, my brother, then don't do
Oh
it.
gosh, yeah.
But it just seems like all these open carry states are the ones getting lit up by these mass shooters. So it's like,
Dog, it's just.
so what are the guns protecting us from?
But see, that's the problem. And I never understood this. The logic of it. People want the conceal part. So here's the theory, and I get it. And it's this goofy to me. It's this goofy ass hero complex. So I'm gonna be in Target. I got the blicky on me, but you don't know it. So when the robber comes in, guess what? I jump into action and pull out the blicky. Listen.
Already did. That's how you move.
Right. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want you to know I got that thing on me. So we gonna cut out the bullshit right off the gate. So if you walk in and you think I'm about to rob this, you see me with the blick. You're gonna think twice. You're gonna think twice. Because I'm like you see me with it. You see that thing on me. You really want them problems? Right off top.
Okay,
and if my thing is on me, if my thing is bigger than yours, you really might maybe I need to,
so
back away slowly.
My thing
I
is
need to
bigger.
back away slowly. Oh, so American. So it's having more guns than people.
But then again, okay, isn't Texas an open carry state? So you don't even have to conceal, do you?
No.
See, but that's my point. It's still shit happening there. So what is the point?
And it's this goofy idea that being able to conceal is better. All right.
What?
So okay, here's the thing. I will give you an example. I'll give you a real life example. I don't want to traumatize you, but because you didn't see it, but I was there. I'm gonna rewind time to way back when you played football and we were up in Delaware, and a certain person got the wilding out, and they didn't realize a certain police officer had the blicky on him. Now, would he wild out if he knew? Yeah, we're in Delaware, can't do anything. That's the Delaware law. But I think he'd have acted a little differently if he knew a certain person had the blicky on them. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. But
some people
don't care.
So people get all hung up on this. I want to conceal it. I don't want you. No. When I first went to Texas, the gym I went to, the freaking owner walked around with the strap on him. I'm like, okay, we know ain't gonna be nobody breaking in here. Ain't nobody gonna be running up in here.
Well, the AK I will. But anyway, no, I'm saying there's gonna be boys in the hood now. You know, when they walk past Ricky, he flashed the gun, and then Yo came back. Oh, you got the blicky, huh? It's always a bigger gun. It's like this thing. It's always a bigger fish. So if you think you bad with that shit, somebody will come back with a bigger fish. You think you, like I said, you got a hammerhead shark and then a great white coming this month. So then what? Now we just got a whole bunch of violence for no reason. So you try to act all big and bad, flash your gun and shit. Now people want to take that personal. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go get mine. Whoever get hit first, get hit first. That's what I'm saying. Okay. It's not protecting no one.
But I'm like, I think people just get so hung up on the conceal part. When I get my permit, I'm not concealing nothing. I'm gonna walk around with the strap on me just so you know what time it is, fam. Because now you did, bro. I told you after the pandemic. Oh yeah, it's because again, I've only been scared in my adult life twice. One of which was when you came home, like as a baby. He's like, oh shit, I'm a dad. And the other was in April 2020. Look, when you walk into a store and you see nothing but like canned goods and lettuce, okay. And it's like, yo, if one of these trucks, like, fam, what you gonna make with cream corn and lettuce, B? Ain't a whole lot of cooking options.
Vegan, baby, vegan.
You know, cream corn and lettuce ain't gonna get it. And it's like, we rewind a couple years. What is this, January? Yeah, so this is January. This is before 2 years ago. This is right before everything. We didn't know what was coming down the pipe, yo. This is right before Kobe died, and then everything went to shit from there. And by April, all the toilet paper was gone first.
Yeah. I guess people were just so scared of shitting bricks from the
and then all the food started going. I'm like, yo, it's gonna take one truck to not make it, and we ain't got no food. And what's gonna happen? You gonna have dystopian, and you gonna have cats run up and like, oh, you stacked all that food? Thanks, you did that just for me. So I'm like, yeah, we came too close to the brink. We came too close to the brink. So if I'm in a state that has open carry laws, which Texas does, oh, you best believe. Because if we get a repeat performance, you think you running up in here? Oh, it's not gonna work the way you think. But going back to what I said, people get so hung up on the conceal part because you want to me that's that backwards ass hero complex. The robber's gonna come in if they're not gonna know I've got it. Ha ha ha. Nah, B. At all points in times, I want you to be making certain calculations. Okay, I want you to be thinking, what happens if I act a fool? Now, me being a peaceful brother, I have zero intention on actually pulling. So what you shake your head for, B? What you shake your head for, B? What you
Starting
trying
off
to
the year
say?
right, man. Peaceful. Okay.
What you trying to say, dog? I'm Zen. I'm on my Zen tip now. I'm not even upset. I don't even get upset. I barely get mad anymore. In fact, I went to hoop like 3 weeks ago. It was no issue, no incident, no nothing.
Yeah,
It was all
hooping by
love.
yourself don't count, buddy. Was there other
Nah,
people there?
we was playing 21. It was like five of us. We was playing
Man, it's
21.
21. Nobody going hard on 21.
I go hard 21. But
And
anywho,
that's the problem. So there you go.
but no, I'm peace and love, dog. I'm on my John Lennon Imagine tip. I'm peace and love, yo.
Yeah, after you
Um,
ain't gonna make that joke. Go ahead.
so I'm like, but I want you to be making certain calculations when we deal. We have a little fender bender. You want to get out the car talking reckless? Baby, can't believe you still okay. And I'm gonna step out the car and blicky on me. I'm sorry, you were
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
See, I need you to be making different calculations.
All right.
I
And then
need
the
you to be
next
making different
calculation
calculations.
is, oh, okay. I got one too. What's up?
Yours in the car, fam. You got to get back to that
Who
door.
said it was in the car? It probably was on them. You don't know that.
Most people, again, this goes back to the conceal part. Everybody
But
want to
you're in
conceal. I don't
Texas. They
want to
don't do
conceal.
that.
They absolutely do. I've only seen two people in my time here, in the 6 years here. I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen people with the blicky exposed. Now, do I think everybody got one on them? Probably. But just walking around with it exposed? Nah. And the way people act and drive, you think they forget it's open carry state. You've been here. You see how some of these cars drive.
I
You
think
think
that's
they
just
forget
stupidity. No one
it's
cares.
hitting the horn and
That's just
nah.
stupidity, bro. That, like people, because once your emotion, that's the human thing. Once your emotions get through, you're not thinking. That's the problem. And you're thinking because I'm emotional that I'm going to see that and think. I'm be like, no, mother, let's go. Nigga, I'm
Seeing
suicidal. We cool.
the
I want to
seeing
test
the
your aim
seeing the
today. Let's
seeing the
go.
blicky will make you get rational real quick.
No one.
You get rational real quick,
If
dog.
I
Like
was
like that's
actually
the one
upset,
thing.
speaking of someone with anger problem, if I was actually upset, that wouldn't care. That just made me more mad. So
I mean, like I
no.
said, because usually most people get road rage, blah blah blah. What the fuck? You hit my car? Blah blah blah. You gonna get out the car, foam at the mouth. Can't believe where are you stupid? Okay. And I'm gonna step in the car calmly with the blicky right on the side. And
Uh,
you gonna think because you got out your car without yours. I got
okay.
mine on me. I
Well,
got mine on the hip.
I can just retreat. Like, all right, let me get my registration. I,
Yo,
Hold up, my brother. I apologize. Let me get my insurance. I left my wallet. Let me order, my brother. What's up? Yeah,
okay. You
yeah,
stupid, yo.
yeah.
Okay. Um, moving on, but yeah, Alabama is wild, but it's the South. Um, there's this article you sent me about there being kill switches possibly added in cars, and I'm like, let me see. Basically, it's a kill switch that can be added to your car. I'm not freaking out because it says 5 years. It technically says 5 years, and it says here I'm not sure how accurate it is. I don't think it is, but law will install kill switches in all new cars, and the running fear is if they order lockdowns, they could just order remotely that all cars are disabled to enforce compliance. And I'm like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so on and so forth, but I think we're almost Reed Richards with the reaching on this one. The reason I say so is one, cars already have kill switches. It's a security feature. Two, I had a homeboy that had a car. He had some credit issues. So as such, they let him buy the car, but if he missed the payment, they could cut his shit off. Like it won't start. Kill switch. So like this is nothing like I think it's a reach. What we're talking about already exists, is in practice, and that's that. Like there's all cars are gonna have kill switches. I'm not. This isn't blue pill material, boys and girls. This isn't what Morpheus is gonna meet you in the dark room for. Like you don't get the Matrix reference. This is not what Morpheus. You're not gonna meet Morpheus in the dark room over this one. I'm just okay. Because again, when you look at most uprisings, ain't nobody doing drive-bys. Everybody taking to the streets. When you see these, riots and these protests, ain't nobody in cars. It's a mob of people in the street. So you kill switch your car all you want. Okay. I'm just again, this is
But how you gonna get to this? But
I mean, you were in Baltimore during Freddie Gray. They walked.
you took public
They
transportation. You walk, or you took a car and you parked and you walked. So now, if you can't take the car or public transportation, your ass gonna walk from fucking, let's say, Park Heights all the way downtown. Hell no.
I mean, bikes. I mean, and then the other thing is, damn near every car past 2012, 2015 has got some form of GPS in it. If you're on the phone, you're using GPS. Like, it's
I mean, hey, I agree with you. I mean, this is nothing new. Like I said, to use the reference you just said, since I'm in Baltimore, if they wanted you to sit your ass down and say stay in your house, and they really wanted to enforce it, and I'd be like how it was in games, like, hey, we recommend a curfew. And then when people started wilding and stuff got out of hand, then it was like, okay, National Guard tanks come in, sit your ass in your house right now. Everyone got in their goddamn house. I promise you, everyone. Not 1 minute late. So if the government really wanted to be able to, stop massaging your stuff and give you, you know, the illusion that you're free, and they said, nah, we're just gonna go straight, Russia, China with it, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna be in your face. Ain't nothing we can do about it. That's why it's like, yeah, it's like them killing the cars, like, okay, I guess it's better than killing me, I guess. But either way, ain't nothing we can do. So that's why I say I don't care. And it's only the new models. I can't afford new models. So there we go. I ain't gotta worry
And
about
then
it.
on the flip, on the flip, think about how many times we heard about our brothers and sisters being murdered by these pigs because they tried to pull off from a traffic stop. I can't. The names escape me because there's been a few of them. So if you just kill a car, that's not a possibility anymore, is it?
They're still gonna find a way to kill you. I'll beat that.
I mean, the whole, I feel fear for my life. He hit the gas. He tried to hit me. No, you killed the engine.
You can still try to hit them with the engine kill, but
What you gonna do? Put it in neutral and try to Fred Flintstone that bitch? Like, what you gonna do? Like, no.
No, I'm
It
saying
wipes that out completely.
you're still gonna find a way to kill them. That part doesn't really concern me.
High speed chases. No more. They can kill your car. None of that.
Okay, but you do realize, okay, if they're going that high speed, you kill the car. The car ain't just gonna just.
I'm aware, but
You're
I'm just
still gonna
saying,
hit
like, look,
something.
if I get behind you, and this is where the ink doesn't come in. If I'm a cop, I get behind you, I hit my lights, rule, you don't pull over, but I see you start accelerating, boom,
Does
I'm
it
killing
even
your
work
joint.
like that?
I don't know, but who knows?
Because like I said, I don't know how fast the speed and if the pigs just have the ability to just flip a switch. Now that would concern me. If it was the pigs that had direct control, like just patrolling, could just stop every car they want. Because then now you could be on some shit, and that can
I
lead to
mean,
other problems.
it's still
But
body cams. It's still,
okay, you see how good these body cams are doing now?
TV
Is that
time out.
saving anyone's life, sir?
Okay.
Are they able to cut this shit off? Yes. So
Is
like
this
what like no, a body cam does not make me feel safe. I'll probably feel safe with a Terminator next to me than a pig. Let's be honest.
oh
So
my
yeah. No, Emily.
God. Yeah.
Go see that.
Um.
That looks stupid and funny at the same
Oh, snap. Let's have we? I can refresh me. I don't think we've officially done an Avatar review, have we?
We
Did we?
did.
We
I'm
did.
pretty sure
Okay.
we did. Yeah, we
We
did.
did. Okay.
We
It
did.
crossed the Billy though. Just side note. It crossed the Billy in a
Yeah,
week.
but they need to
No,
do
2 weeks.
they need to do 1.5 to break even.
I
So
mean, he said he could do 2 bill. They're well on their way, and China's had a COVID lockdown, and they're still killing it. I mean, I'd go see it again if I had time. But now here's the funny part. The one thing I will say, and I'm shocked it's making as much money as it did, it's an okay movie, but I felt no need to go see it twice.
me too. I didn't see the first Avatar twice. It's it's fine.
Right. Like, I'm like, I don't know who is y'all people going to see Avatar like 4 times. I went to see Black
Yeah,
Panther like I went to see Black Panther like 3, 4 times. I would say that.
I didn't.
I also feel bad. I didn't see Black. I actually wanted to go see Black Panther 2 again. I didn't get a chance to.
It
But
has
I
to be
saw
it would have to be a really good story. The last movie I've seen twice in a movie theater was Joker. So it would have to be something that just blows my mind. And
I saw the Batman twice. I saw the Joker twice, and I saw the Batman twice.
did I see the Batman twice? No. I probably thought about it, but I've
I
seen
saw the
it so
Batman
many
twice,
times.
but I saw the Batman twice because
I've actually just watched it.
the first time wasn't enough, and
Yeah,
it actually is a true detective movie,
it's the
so
Batman
you
movie.
got to follow that.
It's the greatest, like pure Batman movie ever.
True, true, and I gotta give it up. Being in Twilight did make you a sucker. Robert Pattinson.
I mean, he was a good
Now,
actor. So
now
I mean,
you were definitely emo. You were definitely emo Batman. Like you're definitely emo Batman.
I
Well,
mean,
emo Bruce Wayne
but
rather.
I've heard that he like they tried to make his Batman ironically after, Kurt Cobain type style.
Which would
Not
make
wanting
sense
to be
within the
Batman, but not want to be famous. Like how him, he wanted to do music, but didn't want the fame. And but
right.
that came, and he couldn't handle it the same way with Batman. You wanted to send a message, put fear, and now you got famous, and now you kind of birthed all these villains. So now you had to.
Wow.
Oh
Which would
yeah,
explain the usage of the Nirvana
a
song.
Nirvana song. Yeah,
I was bumping that a couple
please.
days ago too. I was
I
bumping that a couple
watched it
days ago too.
today. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched that today. So yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about the song. But yeah.
Oh,
Here's the funny thing. Now that I'm used to the movie, I watched 2 parts. I watched the first 8 minutes of Vengeance when he beat the hell out of them dudes. And then I watched the Batmobile scene, which is just bananas.
yeah, that Batman. Yeah, that is the greatest. Yeah, you're right.
Ooh.
That is the greatest extra. Even though it's probably the ugliest Batmobile, but just the introduction in the engine and that was perfect cinematography right there.
Oh my,
That was
right.
perfect.
This is
That was
why you love
perfect.
movies.
That was
That
perfect. Like the setup, just and everyone just looked like,
what?
what is that? And
Yo.
it's just reverend. And I'm like, yo, oh my god.
And Colin Farrell, gotta give it to Colin Farrell. Hell of an actor as the Penguin. Like,
Bro, I didn't even know it
yeah,
was him.
no one did.
I didn't know it was him.
Great job. Great
That
job.
he sat on that chair for about 8 hours a day though, so he earned that.
Oh wow, great job though. Great job. So we'll get off track there. I'm sorry.
All right, comic book nerd be coming out. Go ahead.
uh so let's see. Well, we went from Batman, bad guys to jail. California does it again. Um, California was the first state to ban privatized prisons. California, I believe, was the first state to have free community college, and now California has free jail calls. And it's like, well, why does that matter? If you're mad about it, let me give you a sincere hearty felt fuck you, because you don't most of the time people just don't go to jail. Here's what I mean. If someone in your family is an addict, everyone in that family is an addict because you all have to deal with it. If someone in your family goes to jail, right, for real, everybody goes to jail. and it's part of the prison industrial complex. It ain't just you went to jail. It's your property of the state, 13th Amendment loophole. It's paying the lawyers. It is the jail calls, the collect calls. All of this is part of the profit for the prison industrial complex, not to mention whatever you have to make, whatever job you have in jail. That's also profit because they're paying you 60 cents per hour, quarter per hour. What are they selling these things for? If they are making license plates, think about how much it costs to register your car versus what someone got paid to make that damn license plate. All connected. So the fact that California has said, hey, we're going to make jail calls free, effective January 1st this year, it's, to me, it shows we're going to treat prisoners as humane. Now,
do that. Not in this country.
Now again, if you had to pick, America's prison system, and I'm sure Brittany Griner will have will attest to this, and so would gosh, I forgot the young lady's name who got convicted in Italy. Foreign jails ain't no joke. Like foreign jails, I've seen. If you ever watched America's Toughest Prisons or it's Locked Up Abroad. I'm sorry, Locked Up Abroad. Yo, it's literally some prisons that are run by the prisoners. Like, yeah, run by the prisoners. That shit's scary. But America's prison system, no less, it's for profit in a lot of ways, and it's an extension of slavery in a lot of ways. So you and I have asked this question plenty of times. What's the purpose of jail? Is it punishment or is it rehabilitation?
Punishment. More often than not, no, that's profit. Actually, it's profit first, and then it's punishment.
That's I think, yeah. And this goes a long way towards saying, hey, you made a mistake. You're here. We're not going to treat you subhuman. Because it's like, what do you do if you're in jail? Like, my pops was in jail. I've seen them collect car bills. It's ridiculous. Like, that ain't no joke. Phone bills coming out $300-$400, and we talking in the late 80s, early 90s from collect calls. That's crazy. So kudos to California for yet again. People want to rag on California. It's super woke. Is this, that's third. No, California gives a shit about the people.
Well, not
like this is what your elected officials are. This is what you elected them for, right? You are an employee of the people. So what affects the people is what should be on your agenda, not what corporation paid you money. But yeah, California free jail calls. What you got, man?
Good. Like I said, I don't know what much to say. He said, now their next step is to actually make it a rehabilitation center and not a prison. Now, if they do that, I will. You hear me? You hear here first. I'll donate. I clap, round of applause, whatever. I'm gonna light one up for you. But yeah, it's a good thing, because I know everyone thinks everyone that's in prison is an ultra bad, sadistic person, and that is not the case at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there is some in there, yes, but that's a very small population considered the majority of the population. There's usually there some that I wouldn't deem completely evil, probably a victim of circumstance, mental health, financial, well, class. All that is interpreted to how that gets in there, and add the cherry on top of the corrupt judicial system and the pig. So yeah, it's a nice thing. But other than that, that's good. No more collect calls and all of that. That's great.
Yeah.
Props to you, Cal. But still don't want to live there because you too many damn earthquakes and hot as hell. But yeah.
I mean, that's my issue. Natural disasters. And I mean, California costs, I guess this is the key difference. California costs an arm, leg, and a kidney to live in, but that money's going to. It's environment, it's this, that, and the third. New York costs an arm, leg, and a kidney just because, like, fuck it, we New York. We can do that. We're going to charge you $3,000. We're going to charge you $3,000 for a closet. What you going to do?
You did it for the city life. That's just, yeah.
I mean, you say the same thing about LA.
Yeah, but at
Well,
least it's warm, beach, all that. New York is red cold, and I step outside, I might step on 5 people because that's how close we are. So I'm good. I'm good.
hey, you make it there, you make it anywhere. It's not a joke. Ain't too many places I can drop you on the planet that you ain't gonna be okay. But yeah, if I gotta pick one to
Country.
live in, that's gonna be the easiest, yeah.
No, it would because you so used to everything being like I said. A lot of people when they leave New York, they shocked because it's like, oh, there's no train that takes me here, no bus here. I can't walk from here
Oh,
to
I mean
here.
that's a little different. Like you
That's what
leave
I'm
New York. I
saying.
mean, but everything else is less than. Like,
Less. Okay.
yeah,
No,
everything
it's
else is
not.
less than.
It's not listed. Where is the list?
Oh, I'm sorry. Like you just said, New York has the most expansive public transportation system on the planet. Everywhere
There's
else is
8
less
million
than.
people in a congested place. Of course, it has to.
I mean, it's more people in certain other places of the world, and they don't have the most expansive public
Not
transportation
congested
system.
on one small island, sir. It's spread out.
I'm saying, I think Hong Kong or Tokyo has more people.
Tokyo has 10 million people, and they're trying to get people out of there. They're paying people to get out of there. So yeah, no, that's not good. I wouldn't want to live in no damn Tokyo. Hell no.
Yeah, especially if I can't go, especially when I got a train system that can go anywhere at 3 in the morning. Aha.
Who wants to go somewhere at 3 in the morning?
It's New York. I've been in New York at 3 in the morning. You feel like you want to have a slice of pizza, you go have a slice.
DoorDash.
Why'd you do all that? Like that's gonna cost more to get on the train.
And then you're gonna worry about what's gonna happen to you when you get on that train. Can we talk
Three in
about
the
that?
morning. 3 in the morning is like 3 a.m. is like 3 p.m. Dog. We're just gonna pop you at 3 a.m. We're gonna have you at 3 p.m.
Right. So why risk it?
Gosh. Ugh. I'm just saying, like I went there and we went to poetry. Poetry wasn't. It was like 2:30, 3 in the morning. We stepped out of New Eureka like, oh, let's grab something to eat. It was cool. It was just like three. It was just like 3 in the afternoon.
The
Everything
city
open.
never
Everybody
sleeps.
out.
It's a city that never sleeps. Okay, you got the name for a reason.
World's
And
greatest
that
city,
makes you
baby.
better because y'all don't sleep. I wouldn't sleep too if I had to sleep in the damn cubicle every day.
I mean, I'm just saying. If you got the same functionality at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m., you can legit be a night owl. You can legit work 11 to 7 overnight shift and not feel like you missed anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, everything is available. You go out on lunch break, everything's there. But enough about the world's greatest city. This one's kind of weird.
Being born in that's crazy. Go ahead.
So Doctor Strange, this will be the last thing we touch on, but Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, family, and I'm reading this from the Insider, family could face legal pressure to pay reparations over historical links to Barbados slave trade. That is wild on so many levels. A Barbados task force is seeking reparations from descendants of wealthy slave owners. Woo! Task force did not rule out targeting Benedict's family. Cumberbatch's ancestors owned a sugar plantation in Barbados that housed 250 slaves. This is ugly. Because I get you gotta make people pay, right? There are insurance companies here that insured slaves. That's where some of their wealth came from. I think New York, like I don't want to misspeak, but there are some insurance companies there. There are actual railroad companies that you can trace their wealth back to the slave trade. This one is different though. Like you, because the question would have is, did he profit? Okay, and I'm trying to figure under what jurisdiction can you do this under?
Go ahead.
Barbados has a national task force on reparations, reparations commissions, so on seeking reparations from colonial powers and wealthy institutions that made hefty profits from slavery. Okay, that makes sense. But recently they went after the family. Ooh, British conservative Richard Drax over his family's ownership of a vast sugar plantation on the island. Damn. It's I'm quiet because I'm reading over this article, just and it's like Oh boy, I I know people are thinking I'd be jumping for joy over this one, but the reality situation is I want institutions to pay, but if your wealth is based on a slave trade, like Elon Musk's dad was not based on the slave trade per se. It was mines of minerals. I forgot exactly which ones. So it's like, yeah, your wealth literally came off the exploitation of kids and people mining for, I think, emeralds. I had to look that up to be sure. This is different. Like, and maybe because I'm looking at this through an American lens, your average white guy in a trailer park, or my average white coworker has not benefited directly from the slave trade. Directly from white supremacy, yes. Slavery is an offshoot of white supremacy, obviously. But my average white coworker has not benefited directly from the slave trade. And I'm like, how will you go about proving that am wealthy because of it? Because I'm like, you got to prove I'm wealthy because of that. And I don't
That's
know
what
a
I'm saying.
Benedict's history.
You have, because if the money they made generational wealth and he's still part of the generation eating off that, sure. But how do you prove that? 'Cause he's an actor that makes millions of dollars on his own. So it's like,
Right.
how can you prove that I'm eating off something my ancestors did a wild time ago? I don't know how
Right.
you do that. That's it.
Now,
That seems like something you need to go after the government for, not the individual family. Unless, like I said, it is companies that is directly tied. Their wealth is directly tied to the slave trade. If it's not, then it should be left alone.
because I'm looking at California again. California, I don't know if we talked about this directly. Um, California is doing reparations to the tune of 233,000, and they're focusing on the recipients. I'm not sure where that money's coming from. I got to take a look, but yeah, how I don't know how you prove it, because right now, maybe again, this is me looking through the lens of a foundational Black American and looking at the institutions and the country itself that needs to indemnify. But if just throwing out a name, if Warren Buffett made billions because his family owned slaves, technically, I hadn't considered it. I'll say that I had considered it. Individuals, I can think of institutions, businesses, things like that that directly profited. Um, Schools. I do believe Harvard has been pressured in certain ways, but an actual person, like I'd have to see the lineage. I'd have to see, yes, your great 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 grandfather owned 500 slaves in South Carolina. Because of that, that wealth has been consistently transferred down to you. Technically, pay what you owe, Santa. But it goes back to what you said. Prove it. If you can prove it,
Yeah, if you can prove it, fine. Whatever. If you can't, leave me alone. Better
it's
talk to
just
the
some.
governments.
I'm saying it's
Better
just
talk to the
twists and
governments about
turns.
that
Like,
money and shit. I don't know what you coming to me for. I ain't had nothing to do with it.
wow. That's wild. I'm curious. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I'm curious how this goes.
I've never heard of that. Like you came
Curious.
after
I'm
the
like,
family. Like you like this just seems like you said, for Big Meeks for example, he made Moses fortune off the drug game. And his son benefited. So now it's like he get caught up, so now you looking at his son like, yeah, this is what you owe. Or what? I didn't do
I
nothing. I
mean,
was
but the
a
funny thing
father.
is about the drug game, it absolutely works like that. If I'm a big time drug kingpin, I buy you a Bentley. Conspiracy Rico, I'm taking all that. The Bentley's gone. So it does work like that in the drug game. Whatever benefits, whatever assets you have as a result of drug dealing, it's all gone. The government will seize all of that shit.
That's crazy. Even though you had nothing to do with it.
You drive a Bentley that was paid for with drug money.
That the U.S. government sanctioned. So yeah. If that's the case,
What?
give us our taxes back, mother. And we
Well,
going
see,
down there,
that's
right?
that's where you start talking about. Are we gonna rewind time a little bit?
Because
That's where
all
we're gonna
this was
start talking
U.S.
about.
government too with the slavery. So what? So if we gonna do, if I'm him, I'm like, this is why I said talk to the government because they sanction all of this shit. I had nothing to do. That was
You got
legal
a
back
point.
then. You
You got a
can't punish
point.
me for something that was legal back then. So
Well,
no,
again, we're looking at reparations. You owe.
I don't owe you shit. As an individual, I don't owe you shit. That's the government. They owe you shit. They sanctioned that shit.
But then
So
that's like saying these companies don't owe. Your company is profitable based off the slave trade. You owe.
okay, and now if I was the companies, I owe. So we all gonna pay at the same time, especially the government. Let's go. Because I'm
This
the
is gonna
ones
be
that's paying
wild.
y'all salaries too, mom. So if I get hit, you getting hit twice for reparations and for me. So no, we ain't playing this game. So no, governments need to pay this shit. They need to stop trying to push that shit on people, and they know they the main ones that owe this shit. So where all this tax money, all these billions and trillions of dollars you're getting from us anyway that you're not using for good anyway.
Now. We just sent 45 billion to Ukraine to help them out.
Wow, see, you could have paid black people with that money. Look at that. We would
Do
all
do do
shut up.
do.
I don't know what the number is if you divide that for all the black people here, but I'm pretty sure everyone would have got a pretty good penny. And then you won't hear a peep from us.
I mean,
But we're gonna send it to a war that we don't want to be a part of, but we do want to be a part of. It makes no sense. This is the Cold War
I'm
2.0. Like, bro,
listen.
are we in it or not? Because if I'm Russia,
I'm
I'm like,
still.
yo, you keep supplying, like, are you against me or not? Because you keep supplying them with shit to fight me. So now I'm thinking, like, all right, I'm coming at you now. When I wipe them niggas off the
Hey,
floor, I'm coming for you. So let's Cold War Part Two, mother. Except this time I'm not
yo,
playing.
I'm just trying to figure out, does Zelensky stop by anybody else's house, or you just come through here? Like, I'm just stuck at, how is it the U.S. had to come with 45 billion, but
Yeah, where's
nobody else
everybody
did?
else? Where's NATO? Why
Right.
the fuck we paying for all this? That
Well,
don't make no sense.
remember, Ukraine's not part of NATO.
So okay, so why are we paying for all this?
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
don't make no. We got so much issues
But you
going on
can't forget.
here.
But you can't forget student loan debt. You can't get reparations. None of
Reparations,
that.
student loan debt,
But
whole lot
yo,
of
you
stuff.
can't make
Oh yeah,
insulin a
inflation's
dollar.
out the butt cheeks, but we're still giving money to another country.
Yeah, you can't make insulin a dollar. You can't do none of that.
We can't
You know,
how much you say? 65 billion, 45?
45,
45 billion. That's
45,
how.
45 billion more. That's not counting what's already been sent.
Oh,
When
so
he
we
came
probably sent
through,
about 100 billion.
I have
Imagine if
no
that
idea
stayed
total.
here and we used that and dispersed it to solve all these
Listen,
dumbass issues we
whoa,
have.
listen, fam. Y'all got your stimulus check last year, remember? Y'all got your stimmy, so
Oh,
y'all good.
all
Y'all
2200,
good, yo.
2200 for 2 years,
Right,
for 3 weeks.
y'all got your stimmy.
Is
Y'all
that
good.
even enough for rent now? You can't even buy a packet, a 10-piece wing piece with that shit. So what the hell is going on? Fucking 10
Yeah,
pieces cost $20 now. I'm not even exaggerating. So I'm like, yeah, what the
yeah.
nah, yo.
You get like
Nah.
two orders of oxtail now. Like, yeah.
I tell $500. Oh hell no. See, yeah. Nah. Santa, give me
Yeah,
my money
man.
back.
So
I hope it's a refund that US about to do. Like if they win somehow, everybody get a refund with interest month. Cause hell no.
$45 billion. But yeah. That's what we did. But yeah, this is gonna be wild to see. All right, run it back. Recap here. Oh, okay. Um, damn, Tori. Like I just, damn, Tori. I am sure you will be sitting there thinking, how could this have gone differently? And I really hope, when this is over, said and done with, um, you reflect and don't find yourself. And this is not me being a Tory sympathizer. This is me saying this whole thing sucks. And this young man made some very poor decisions. And the idea of making poor decisions in youth is that you don't do that dumb shit when you get older. So instead of yelling at Jay Z, I hope your pops, really give you some wisdom on this, and we don't find you in this again. But I still got you at 2 to 5, and 2 to 5 is a gift when you facing 22. Um, Alabama, guns without a permit, and ain't nothing new. Like I said, I don't want to conceal. I want to keep the blick. I want you to see I got the blicky on me. We gonna have a lot less problems if you can see the blicky on me. You got some calculations to make right off top. Kill switch and cars again. Not a big deal to me. We got kill switch and cars now. That ain't what the revolution is gonna be started off of, boys and girls. I'm sorry. We'll see what happens, but again, that ain't what Morpheus gonna meet you in a dark room for and offer you a red or a blue pill. that ain't gonna be there. Um, yeah, Cali. Shout out to the free jail calls. Cali gets it right again. And lastly, yeah, Doctor Strange. Strange gave some, reparations. You better go to the multiverse, multiverse of madness. Called Wanda. I don't know because this is a while. Didn't see this one on the bingo card for 2023. But your recap, sir.
Like I said, Doctor Strange, I'm doing Men in Black. Just forget about all this. Or the spell he did, like make everybody forget I exist, bro. Hell no. Or I get wanted to get the kill switch for real. No pun intended. Yeah, Tory did some dumbass stuff. So now you're gonna get some dumb consequences. I hope you reflect, like you said. Um, all this could have been avoided multiple times. And yeah, remember who was trying to protect you, but yet you went after her, so you lost your only hope. Oh, yeah, guns without a permit. Yeah, I think everybody. Wait, did we talk about this?
Yeah, guns without permits. Yes, we did. That was Alabama.
Okay, yeah, Alabama. Yeah, thank you. Not going there anytime soon, ever in life. Like I said, there's certain states in the South won't touch ever in life, unless if I do, I got kidnapped or something. Just letting you know. Yeah, kill switching cars. Yeah, they ain't nothing new. Like I said, from being here when the riots was happening, they gonna do what they gonna do regardless. There ain't nothing you can really do about it. Sad, but just know that the state can make grown men and women sit your ass down real quick. And then once I saw that, I was like, okay, well, I don't think I'm ready for what I thought I was ready for. They killed their stuff real quick, like quick in a hurry. That fast. Um, Free calls in Cali. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, taking steps in the right direction. She's not gonna kill my car anyway, because I got a Decepticon as a car. Kill that mother. And yeah, Doctor Strange. Yeah. Oh wait, I already say that. Yeah, I'm hitting the Men in Black thing. I'm putting the spell on. Make sure everybody forgive me. Think I'm Peter Parker now. I ain't no longer Kane or whatever. But yep, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. This is 2023, boys and girls. We're going to be bigger and better than before. More guests, more cool topics. As always, our very unique, probably some point of view. But on behalf of everybody, thanks for rocking with us. We will do a year-end recap. We're supposed to have a guest for that. But thanks everyone for rocking with us. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell everybody. We still here. We still here. Y'all can light us up in the comments all day. It's all good. It's all welcome. And of course, if you want to be a guest, do that. On behalf of myself and my awesome co-host on the Yeah I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yeah.